Yesterday, the official announcement trailer for Halloween the game dropped, which I left a link to in the description if you haven't already seen it, and we spent the next 3.5 hours digging through information, articles, hub posts, Steam pages, etc., finding every little piece of info we could find for the game and how it plays, and this video is a cut down of all of that. Let this video serve as a one-stop shop for everything we know about Halloween the game so far. So, Halloween, no longer Halloween the game, just Halloween. Now we know for sure Boss Team is out.
Yeah.
And Guns
apparently.
in. Now, however, we big emphasis on this, okay? Because I know we're all immediately like, oh, gun shit. Here's the thing, okay? Gun would have been as recent as like April-ish. Gun would have got in there. Because when we were working at Boss Team, Halloween was very much still in their hands.
Correct.
So April-ish, that transition happened. So that the game was well in development at that point. With Ilphonic was well in development at that point. So really where Gun's going to come into play here is things like the trailer. And the vibes, you know, the AI Loomis voice. I don't think it's AI, by the way. I just think it's not very good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in terms of design, how much was Gun involved? How much did they change? Which we already, we've always said, the Gun design-wise, very good. They fall off in the live service. So now Gun's only involved in this at the live service. I mean, this is probably October of 26 we're talking here.
Yeah.
Boogeyman or Hero. The Boogeyman is out. Team up in a 1v4 asymmetrical horror showdown at everyone's favorite night of the year. Choose to save the quiet town of Haddonfield from bloodshed as a hero of Haddonfield, or stalk and terrorize the residents as Michael Myers.
1v4.
1v4. That feels right, but it's also like another 1v4.
So Boss Team lost Halloween and now Gun replaced them?
That seems to be what has happened.
Yeah, I don't want to speak to like it's factual. The rumor was Boss Team, quote, screwed over rights holders. We don't know. It could have been a million things.
When we were working there at Boss Team Games, Boss Team Games was working on Halloween the game.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and check out this news post, shall we? Welcome to Haddonfield. Ilphonic, Compass International Pictures, Further Front, and Gun Interactive are bringing the next big thing in asymmetrical horror, Halloween. Heavily regarded as a blueprint for the modern slasher, Halloween 1978 has left an undeniable and indelible mark on modern horror. Now, the teams behind some of the most successful modern horror game titles... Sorry. I fumbled over that a little bit. Most successful, I guess, by definition, most successful modern horror game titles join their publishing forces. There you go. Co-publishing.
Co-publishing.
At least that sounds like it. Titles join publishing force with the original producers of the film franchise to deliver the definitive interactive iteration of this landmark property. Ilphonic and Gun Interactive, in partnership with Compass International Pictures and Further Front, present Halloween. The teams are thrilled to come together again to bring an IP this important and near and dear to their hearts to the asymmetrical horror landscape. All massive fans of the 1978 classic, with Ilphonic at the helm of development and publishing. That's big, guys.
Yes, listen to that. At the helm of development and publishing.
And Gun providing publishing support. So Gun's biggest thing would probably be to help with some design, and they will help push marketing. That's probably what it's mainly going to be. But the goal is to not only do Halloween justice, but to once again innovate in the asymmetrical horror space. Also, Gun's probably going to be very involved with the collector's edition.
Yeah,
I would assume. Charles Brungard, CEO at Ilphonic, states, working with Gun again presents an opportunity to showcase how both companies have grown since the last time we collaborated. I'm looking forward to implementing the lessons we have learned since then and getting this game to market. And partnering with Malik Akkad. Ooh,
spell check.
First fumble number one.
Spell
you just
check.
Ashamed the.
All right, one strike.
This is it. Ryan Freeman, the guy. The film's original producers, Compass and Further Front, has given us amazing insight and guidance in this quintessential horror IP. Wes Keltner, CEO at Gun Interactive, adds, when Chuck reached out to me with this opportunity to help, I didn't hesitate. It's exciting to bring these two teams back together again, and it certainly helps that we're working on one of the greatest horror films. We're always ready to support a friend like Gilphonic.
Similarity to Layers of Fear 2.
I was going to say the same thing. It feels like their involvement is very Layers of Fear 2, where they're helping fund the end of the game, end of game's development, and help with a little bit of design and really just push marketing out the ass.
Marketing and community socials, etc.
There's a lot of ground to cover in revealing this project to you all, and the hub is already populated with a few key pieces to start the foundation. Please do check out the hub post, tackling single and multiplayer modes in Halloween, and constructing the ultimate horror sandbox. Keep an eye on this space for more news as it happens. Bringing this world to gamers everywhere is extremely exciting for the whole development team at Ophonic. Shares Jared Garrettson, not CEO, Chief Creative Officer at Ophonic. We cannot wait to share more information as we work towards launch in 2026.
So this is an Ophonic game.
This is an Ophonic game, primarily handling the helm of publishing with some support from Gun and developing. Okay? Everybody, catch your breath. All right? Gun's involved, but not nearly in the same way as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, it doesn't look nearly as good there, if I may say so. But it could be the angle, but it's still the best iteration that I've seen of Michael in-game. They fucking crushed the coveralls.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little taste of a map, you know, how the alleyways of Lampkin. This could be really fucking cool, man. This is important. Let's really.
There's 2 posts.
Oh, they got more images too. God damn, they came with everything, bro. Tackling single and multiplayer modes in Halloween, Ophonic dives into why making a single player narrative in Halloween was a must. Thank you.
Thank you, Ophonic.
Heralded as one of the very best in the genre, John Carpenter's Halloween stands above the rest when it comes to storytelling and tension. Jared Garrettson knew that this project wouldn't have been complete with just a fun multiplayer experience. There needed to be an immersive single-player component to fully bring a true horror experience to players. Let me open this new tab and just have it ready, because we're going to be taking a closer look at that in a second. In the multiplayer mode, you and up to 4 other players can join up to help free your town and death itself. With an array of interactable elements, players will have to team up, be smart, brave, and efficient to aid their friends and the folks of Haddonfield in thwarting Michael Myers. Explore the film locations you know and love across multiple maps, and who knows, maybe you'll find some sweet Easter eggs from this horror masterpiece along the way. When we looked at how we can take asymmetrical horror to the next level for this project, we knew adding in a single-player mode would set us apart from other titles in the genre, shares Jared Garrettson, CCO at Ophonic. Jared continues, we believe that the fun factor in gameplay comes above all, and adding this in definitely adds to that formula. I'll take a look at this closer in a second. Wanting to give fans the best experience alongside the multiplayer mode, the narrative for single-player in Halloween takes on a new shape. Playing as Michael Myers, walk through the memorable locations from the 1978 classics such as the Myers house, or bask in the recreated atmosphere of Haddonfield. Wanting to bring players a mix of multiplayer fun with their desire to enjoy an immersive and interactive cinematic experience, we place emphasis on exploration and replayability in the single-player mode. Going supermassive vibes there, maybe?
It sounds like single-player challenges. Yeah, when it says like exploration and replayability, interactive cinematic experience, kind of gets the vibe of single-player challenges.
But they said it would be a narrative, so...
There was a narrative in the single-player challenges.
All right, with that largely informing the design of story mode, they're literally calling it story mode. I mean, come on. We hope to transport our players to 1978 Haddonfield for a Halloween they'll never forget, if they survive it. Special items and collectibles will be exclusive to this mode. That's fun, and we cannot wait to unveil those later. That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. He looks damn good, man. Like, it's still, I can feel Ilphonic here. I can feel Killer Clowns type aesthetics here.
A little bit.
But like, that is Michael. I can see that is the best looking Michael. So I'm into it. Is there anything else in here?
What is in front of his face?
Flashlight. He's holding a flashlight. Yeah. Yeah. Constructing the ultimate horror sandbox. Read how Halloween aims to elevate immersion to offer the perfect horror playground. From its earliest iterations, Halloween has been built with the goal of delivering a dynamic, enveloping horror sandbox worthy of the legacy of its iconic source IP. As horror fans, we understand the importance of frighteningly relatable locations, believable characters, and dread-inducing situations, and wanted to ensure those fundamentals were presented throughout Halloween. As an homage to the meticulously crafted execution of John Carpenter's Halloween, our team has worked diligently to recreate the quaint town of Haddonfield as a living, breathing game world for players to exhaustively explore. Working with Mal Kakad, spelled right this time, and Ryan Freeman, the original producers of the films, has been amazing to make certain that the game is authentic to the source material every step of the way. Sorry, I'm just going to get this open. The franchise gives us the perfect opportunity to explore the unique yet familiar vibes of Haddonfield and its iconic killer. Everything we've built and designed comes together to create the perfect horror sandbox playground to interact with. We couldn't be more thrilled to develop such an experience and truly bring players into the world of Halloween. It's an exciting challenge to craft a time, place, and lifestyle that sets the stage for recreating the terrifying experiences of the original film. Not only did we get to build one of the most iconic killers of all time, but we also got to reconstruct Haddonfield as a period-accurate 1978 town filled with unique interior and exterior gameplay spaces. While Michael stalks and kills in these seemingly safe streets, the victims work to scour the world with helpful items to fight back against the shape before it's too late. How much can you fight back? I'm scared about that. We've built a suburban playground brimming with endless opportunities that empowers players to star in their own horror movies, where their choices decide the fates of everyone around them, shares Jordan Mathewson, design director at Elphonic. I understand fighting back against Michael, but please, for the love of God, don't get carried away.
It's not Friday the 13th.
It's not Killer Clowns.
And it's not Killer Clowns.
Don't do that. Don't let people just bully the shit out of Michael. Please. Please don't do that. Okay? Effective scares are often executed through a careful concoction of stark lighting, unsettling atmosphere, anxious musical stabs, and most importantly, the element of unpredictability. Please. Halloween leverages Unreal Engine 5 to provide convincing in-game locations and familiar landmarks from Haddonfield with an expansive array of dynamic map features, distinct gameplay systems, and lifelike NPC interactions. All accompanied by haunting visuals and chilling audio that adapts to the world and actions around you. NPC interactions. So there will be either other teenagers, kids trick-or-treating, maybe something like that, where you're interacting, or is it saying things that like can jump scare you that are like NPC type of interactions?
Maybe.
Lifelike NPC interactions. Well, just keep reading. Maybe there's answers. Since day one, our mission has been attempting to honor the aesthetics captured in the original film. We're thrived to faithfully recreate the look, feeling, and tone of the horror classic. The 70s were a very specific moment in time in terms of style and decor, and we made sure to immerse ourselves in those design principles to provide convincing environments reminiscent of that era. We want players to feel connected to the authenticity of Haddonfield. Cole Gray, art director at Elphonic, explains. Our teams combed through every frame of the film to ensure the visual fidelity and presentation was fitting for our horror sandbox. Today's technological advancements enabled us more potently recreate the noir in the film. Take a look at this in a second, too. Whether it's allowing players to step behind the mask and shape the critical narrative events of the night he came home through the eyes of Michael Myers in a standalone single-player story mode, that's super interesting, because what I thought they were going to do would be you going against an NPC Michael in story mode. Allowing players to step behind the mask and shape the critical narrative events of the night he came home through the eyes of Michael Myers. That's so interesting. Or
shape the critical narrative events.
Yeah, that's like you're playing through the movie of the night he came home.
Change the movie?
Yeah. Or is it doing like what Halloween 2018 did with like flashbacks and they're adding to the movie?
Oh, maybe.
But here's another interesting part, the rest of the sentence. Or cooperating with friends as the heroes of Haddonfield to rescue innocent residents in elevated asymmetrical multiplayer matches. Heavily invested in core systems designed to foster engaging, unpredictable sessions with endless replayability. Our commitments to sandbox-first design decisions are guiding these principles, and we can't wait for players to experience Halloween for themselves.
Yeah, sandbox first.
Replayability is such a critical component to any compelling gameplay loop, which is why we've dedicated extra development time to ensure we deliver a cohesive and endlessly replayable horror game. The foundations of our design goals center around an engaging core that breeds infinite possibilities throughout the game, regardless of how you choose to play. From the moment-to-moment gameplay to the front-end meta-game progression experience, there will be consistent possibilities evolving around you. The feature and mechanic alchemy throughout the Halloween has been catered to allow for expansive gameplay combinations, ensuring you are being fed that tantalizing sense of excitement while leaving you hungry for more, Jordan adds. Getting the vibes here, 70s vibes. Anything happening over here? Water tower?
Water.
Black tower?
Wait, look at the pumpkin on the porch.
That's nice. That's nice.
Details.
Look at the leaves. Oh, dude, look at this corner. I'm gonna go sit there with a pumpkin in my hand.
Weird.
I like, yeah, dude. They really ran with the lighting.
What is that
Unreal
light
5.
right there? What's that green light on the side of the house there? A phone fuse?
Let's take a look, shall we? They're trying to give us details right now. I think it might just be a power box. Yes. So here we are, the Steam page. Boom, added to the wish list.
Nice.
Planned release date 2026. Developer Ilphonic Publishing. Co-publisher is Gun there. Yeah, which, all right.
Co-publisher Gun Media is the tag on Steam.
On Halloween night, 1978, no one is safe from Michael Myers. Become the boogeyman or fight back against the face of evil itself in Halloween. I like it.
Look at the pictures.
Ah, yes. Let's go through all the... Oh, there's...
Michael?
Michael? I love it. Oh.
Damn.
Did they show the Myers house at all in the trailer? They had it on the key art that was behind them on Gamescom
but I don't
stage.
think they actually showed it.
Oh, I didn't even see. Look at the little pie buddy back there.
This is my house.
Oh, nice. It looks like they fucking nailed the house.
Yeah.
God damn it, Ilphonic. You always just reel me back in, don't you? That's cool. Look at the bloody couch. And
Damn.
well, here's a body.
Whoa.
Wonder how they went with the kills. You know?
Right.
And it safe to say, I don't want to guarantee it by any means, but this is probably what Kane was mocapping with, because he said he was with Gun and Ilphonic. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to have Kane Hodder playing Michael. He's done it all now. He's done it all. Unbelievable. He's like Tom Morgan now. He caught up.
True.
That goes hard. So you can call the cops in some way, shape, or form. You can get the police there. How is it just like running to the police, or is it like Rush Week and TCM where they show up, game's over?
Right.
Or is it like F-13 where you actually have to get to them before you escape?
Or is this a part of the single player?
Could be. Yeah, there's nothing crystal clear about the screenshots.
Hello.
Oh, man, they're getting the tone. They're getting the tone, which I really appreciate. This is cool, man. It's Halloween night, 1978. The unsuspecting families of the quiet suburban town of Haddonfield are making holiday preparations, and evil has made its way home. Take the shape of evil as Michael Myers, or save your neighbors as a hero of Haddonfield in Halloween, the ultimate asymmetrical horror sandbox. They're really leaning into sandbox. I feel like Killer Clowns is pretty sandbox. Is it not? What would be the difference? I would never call it the ultimate horror sandbox. I'm just saying it's...
Saying sandbox makes it just seem like you can do anything.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I don't know. As Michael, players wear the mask, become the boogeyman, and stalk innocent residents with relentless obsession. Utilizing a nightmarish array of abilities, Michael leverages shadows and stealth to satisfy his bloodthirst. This doesn't mean Haddonfield is going down without a fight. Frightened townsfolk will call the local authorities and even fight back when threatened, incentivizing Michael to avoid detection. And for the first time ever, fans of the transformative original film will have the option to witness the haunting narrative events surrounding the night he came home through the eyes of Michael Myers in a standalone single-player story mode.
Through the eyes. So you will just play the movie but from Michael's POV.
If that's actually the case, like you are true, if you're truly playing the movie as Michael,
like you get into Linda's car and sit and wait for her to come out, just fog up the windows.
like if that is really what it is, that is so unbelievably cool. That is a movie fan.
That's a $60 game by itself.
Yeah, right. People would buy the shit out of that. So the fact you're getting that in a multiplayer game, so that both sides of the horror gamer are satisfied, I think that's super cool, man. That's super cool. Yeah, so we've said it a million times. If you're gonna do a Halloween ASIM game, you gotta let the killer use stealth. Let Michael be stealthy. Let him. Hopefully he can like hide bodies and stuff too. Like really let him cook. All right.
Literally, it's stealth and don't make Michael a joke.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Two points. That's
no stupid cosmetics for Michael, please. There's a reason that the design of Michael, although the mask has been bad a handful of times, there's a reason that it's always tried to be the same. There's a reason that the overall look of Michael has not changed too much in 50 years. So if we could just commit to that, take it easy on cosmetics, do your best of recreating others like blood tears and things like that, but stick to your roots with that. Go crazy with the teenager cosmetics, the babysitter cosmetics. Go crazy. Have a good time. Because it's Halloween night, you can wear whatever the fuck you want.
We're going to have fun tonight.
We're going to have fun tonight. So go crazy with it. Have a good time. But leave Michael alone. Be careful with the cosmetics. And yeah, let the killer, whoever's playing killer, let them be stealthy. Let them set up jump scares. Let them really fuck with people. And if you make it where the babysitters, however you're playing, cannot rush you, like TCM, if they have to be strategic in their movement and also play stealthy and allow Michael to set up scares, it will be so much fun. It will be scary, and it will stay scary. Ideally, you're never going to have that day one scary, but it should stay scarier than TCM did. It should stay scarier than F13 did, because you can set up scares constantly. If you're always worried about the jump scare, it's there for you.
So okay, keep on reading. I just got a glimpse of something.
We're right here.
Yeah.
As a hero of Haddonfield, it's your job to alert the residents of Haddonfield to the impending evil and help them escape before falling victim to Michael's unyielding pursuit. In dynamic and ever-changing 1v4 asymmetrical multiplayer matches, hero players must arm themselves with everyday household items, weapons, and knowledge to combat an unpredictable and unkillable enemy.
Unkillable.
There you go. That's huge. Thank you. Convincing townsfolk and contacting the police will lead to increasingly powerful and thorough neighborhood patrols. To even the odds, you can command and equip NPCs with weapons to outsmart or even overpower the shape, providing precious windows for escape.
So that makes it sound like the more people you save or calm down,
or convince, you said you had to convincing townsfolk.
Like you can convince police. You can spend time to convince police, and they will patrol, or these townspeople will control the streets. Like, evil dies tonight. They'll patrol the streets looking for Michael to attack him.
Interesting. Gotta wonder how that'll work. I hope that's not cheesy. Hope it's not like a super cheesy mechanic.
Yeah. Like you just all of a sudden rush the NPCs, give them weapons, and then they just slow Michael down so much that you can just get out.
And then to even the odds, you can command and equip NPCs with weapons to outsmart or even overpower the shape. Makes me feel like evil dies tonight, and I'm like, oh no.
Where's the toaster or the iron?
Yeah,
the iron.
Oh no. Interesting. Just reading it, you're not sure, but got to see how that plays out first. But last paragraph here, this immersive horror sandbox is powered by Unreal Engine 5 to deliver engaging and dynamic gameplay systems, lifelike NPCs, hauntingly realistic visuals, cinema quality lighting, and endless scares for you and your friends. Asymmetrical horror comes home in Halloween. And look at it, like, okay, I'm trying to give you guys some comfort here for if you hate Gun. Okay,
I found it on that
Halloween on PlayStation. Do you see anything about Gun here? Like it's very similar to Layers of Fear 2. They came in, they're just going to be helping fund the rest of the game, helping with socials, and helping marketing. They're going to market the hell out of the thing. So, Ilphonic, they're taking the reins. It's theirs. It is their baby.
Yes.
Again, if that's still not a good thing for you, then,
Okay. Not even there, just in the legal.
Yeah, and it's just for their trademark. Yeah.
For the trademark, exactly.
Yeah. Whether playing solo in story mode against bots offline.
So there's bots too.
And there's offline bots. Hey, TCM could never. Gun could never. Black Tower could never. Okay, so playing against bots offline or facing others in online multiplayer, each mode rewards stealth, strategy, and skillful play.
Story mode, offline bots,
And multiplayer.
and multiplayer.
It's got a little bit of everything for everybody.
Again, this is an Ilphonic game.
Okay, let's go back to this. Let's circle back because I think there's some interesting information here. Stick to the shadows as civilians, seeking out Haddonfield residents to warn them and searching for a way to contact the authorities. As Michael Myers, give them a reason to fear the dark and cut the phone lines to prevent the police from ruining his favorite holiday. Whether playing solo in story mode against offline bots or facing others in online multiplayer, each mode rewards stealth, strategy, and skillful play. So Michael's out here cutting the phone lines, which is probably the box we saw. The box we saw on the side of the house in that screenshot.
I'm on the phone.
I'm on the phone. Okay, we got some things from Bloody Disgusting here. These are different screenshots.
Strode Realty. Lori.
Is it? Oh my gosh. So yeah, I mean, they got the Strode house in here. That's crazy, dude. You think they'll have palm trees in the background for attention to detail?
I hope so.
Okay, sorry, I just closed out the fucking chat. All right. Okay. All right, next, here's another one. But that's not Lori, right? That was
I think that is Lori.
No, I don't think it is.
Or it's someone living in the Strode house with the Strode Realty car.
Man, I just got immediate PTSD looking at a baseball bat in a victim's hand. Oh, jeez.
Michael's on a mission though.
God, the lighting is so kick-ass.
Yeah.
They did a good job. That Unreal 5 power. Gorgeous. You got a cop. Now we got bald. Now we got like Killer Clowns vibes going here. Because that looks like a killer clown. Come on, dude. He looks like faceless.
It really is like a Killer Clowns human. But look at Michael. Yeah, Michael looks good.
Right. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Michael looks good. The Myers house in the background. The hedge.
Strode Realty.
Strode Realty sign. I mean, then there's lens flaring the shit out of us. The lighting looks spot on. I mean, they really did a good job. Damn. Now, look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Doc.
It's real. He's real, man. So Loomis will be in the game, and which means he probably is a hero character, or your Tommy Jarvis style character, or could be exclusive to single player. We don't know, but maybe we can look at the interview in a second. Maybe we'll get an answer to that. But damn, Dr. Loomis, the return of Donald Pleasance, R.I.P. But now, please, now you actually are having the likeness of Donald Pleasance in this game, you better get a good voice actor.
Fix the voice, yeah.
Fix the voice.
For sure.
Get someone good in there. I thought the guy that did 2018 was pretty good. Some interesting stuff in the interview. Oh, God. And here we got this. I don't like this. I don't like seeing the eye. Just hide it. Come on, man. Just shadow it up.
Yeah, no. I don't like seeing the eye either. But
it is interesting, like the attention, the ripped off sideburns, you know.
I assume that's what they're trying to show here.
Yeah. They're showing the attention to detail, but this looks more like concept art than anything.
A little bit.
I can't tell if that's actually a model. All right, so this one is from Bloody Disgusting. Halloween the Game exclusive interview, everything you need to know about the game. In response, the developers reason that the title is best understood as existing in two distinct halves, with the first component taking the form of that signature asymmetrical multiplayer that we've come to expect from Ilphonic. Talking about this, Matthewson said, if you refer back to what we've done in the past, there's definitely a lot of the same DNA here in Halloween the Game. He said Halloween the Game? I just need to know what to call it, guys.
How old? I wonder how old this interview is. Like, when did this take place, you know?
Agreeing with his colleague, Garrettson added, Ilphonic has been around for many, many decades. The majority of the team has been with us since Friday the 13th, and they all stuck around for Predator, Ghostbusters, and Killer Clowns. So we've cultivated a real knowledge base and expertise when it comes to making these types of games. Not to mention we're familiar with the technology. While on the one hand, that track record should instill confidence that Ilphonic are the right team for the job, it does also flag a potential cause for concern. That being the fact that a frankly staggering amount of these asymmetrical titles have been released since Friday the 13th debuted in 2017, and the premise could therefore be at risk of growing a little stale. Indeed, the genre has become rather crowded of late, with competitors like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Home Sweet Home Online, and Evil Dead the Game all throwing their proverbial hats into the ring. To his credit, the threat of market saturation is a problem that Garrettson is keenly aware of. Horror multiplayer has definitely gone through a lot of permutations in recent years, he concedes. If we take everyone else out of the equation for a moment and just talk about ourselves, then you've got F-13, Predator, Ghostbusters, and Killer Clowns to take into account. That makes Halloween the 5th iteration of this idea from us alone, so we appreciate that there is a need to innovate. Good for you. Thank you for being self-aware on that.
Yeah.
We don't want to just make the same thing over and over again, retaining the same mechanics, only switching out locations or killers who tie into whatever IP we're adapting. We want to meaningfully evolve. My vision is that if someone owns all of IllFonic games, then they'll bounce between them based on their present mood, because each of them should have a unique feel. One day you might be in the mood for the chaos of Killer Clowns. The next you might fancy something slower and more methodical, like Halloween. Slower. Methodical. Okay. The game night he came on. Beautiful. Which led us nicely into discussing exactly what the fresh spin will be for Halloween the game. Matthewson took over for this breakdown, elaborating, we've tried to emphasize stealth on both sides of the killer-survivor dynamic. For Michael, it's about stalking. His mechanics evolve around quietly observing in the shadows and biding your time to get the best possible kills. You see, there will be NPCs inhabiting the map, living their lives and going about their various October 31st traditions.
Whoa!
So you can probably kill a lot of fucking people as Michael.
Yeah.
Like when you're playing killer, you can probably go crazy. That's fun. That was one of the things I was excited for with Killer Clowns. I know it didn't work out and they changed the gameplay when IllFonic came in, but that idea that there's a whole bunch of NPC humans and you're just kind of shitting on them as a clown, I thought that'd be fun. And yeah, now you're here we are.
Yeah.
So now's your chance. Michael killing people. Even if you suck and get your ass whooped, you still got the NPCs to kill.
True.
You got that going for you. Okay. Meanwhile, the other players will be sneaking around and trying to alert those civilians to your presence, just like in the teaser trailer we showed. She's running around getting attention.
Ran into the guy's house and is like, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we've got the cops and Dr. Loomis adding an extra wrinkle to proceedings. So Dr. Loomis, that's confirmed now for the multiplayer. That's the first time we've seen that. Okay, so yeah, that is the confirmation. Dr. Loomis will be in multiplayer. So if the Michael player isn't performing well, he'll have to deal with extra resistance, and there are a lot of interesting situations that can arise from that. Expanding upon this point, Garrettson said, most other asymmetrical horror games are about escaping, but that's not the ultimate objective for the survivor players here. Instead, you're trying to stop Michael's rampage and save the town. You can eventually end the match and spectate, but the goal is always more complicated than merely run around, loot, and escape. We think that makes it feel new and interesting.
You can eventually end the match and spectate.
You can end the match for you, so you can
Escape.
That's interesting. What an interesting way to word that. Beyond just these rule changes, Halloween the game also evolves upon IllFonic's previous outings by introducing a big technical upgrade behind the scenes. Moving to Unreal Engine 5 has given us a huge visual boost, Garrettson enthuses. You can see that most obviously with Michael's mask, which was a huge priority for us. It's such an important part of the franchise iconography. And we had to get it perfect. There's been so many iterations of that one prop over the years across multiple different movies, but they've all degraded, and so there was nothing available for us to laser scan. Of course, that's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if Christopher Nelson, you want to talk about, is that going to be a thing?
Maybe.
That meant we had to design it from scratch, and we ended up obsessing over every last microscopic detail. If we were making this 4 or 5 years ago, we would have had fewer polygons and less dynamic lighting at our disposal, but Unreal 5 is a real asset for us, and the end product looks super impressive. I'm very proud of how the mask and the rest of the game is shaping up.
Shaping up.
You cute. Asymmetrical multiplayer is obviously IllFonic's bread and butter, but the second half of the Halloween package is arguably even more intriguing, as it promises to be the studio's most substantial solo offering to date.
I just want to run crazy as Loomis firing at bots.
That's fucked up.
What do you mean by that?
Did Michael kill again? In all fairness, the team has already dipped their toes into these waters with Friday the 13th's virtual cabin and its Hitman-style challenges that were added post-launch, but they've never done anything quite this intensive before. Not only will there be an offline substitute for multiplayer matches, giving you the opportunity to practice with AI bots, but there will also be a bona fide story campaign. Developed in collaboration with Pollard Studio. Where's that information been in all these posts?
Oh.
Pollard Studio, who brought us Karma the Dark World earlier this year. This mode will thrust you into the coveralls of the Shape and have you facing off against the townspeople of Haddonfield, the police, and of course, that pesky busybody, Dr. Loomis. Get Lonnie in there. Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there. Ilphonic were cagey about revealing too much more at this juncture, but Mathewson is confident the campaign will be a treat for fans of the film series. It's such a fun mode, he exclaimed. You'll get to have a very controlled... Sorry. It's such a fun mode, he exclaimed. You'll get to have a very controlled Halloween experience that will hopefully drive even more people towards the multiplayer. We can't wait to show it off in the near future. Whoa, there's a new picture. We'll come back to that in a second.
It's hot.
Finally, we had to ask about that enticing Hollywood name drop in the trailer. Ilphonic tends to consult the original creators of any material they're adapting. In the past, they've secured input from the Kyoto brothers for Killer Clowns and enlisted Tom Savini to help devise the grisly kill animations for Friday the 13th. Still, this is John freaking Carpenter we're talking about, a legendary master of his craft and a gaming enthusiast to boot. Surely it must have been a little intimidating trying to earn his blessing. Actually, the cool thing was, we didn't have to explain a bunch of concepts to him, Garrettson replied, because he is a gamer. He knows his stuff already and has specifically mentioned what he wants to see from us in terms of ideas. That's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Carpenter. So far, that working relationship has been amazing. The same goes for our interaction with Malik Akkad, son of original Halloween producer Mustafa Akkad, associate producer of many of the franchise's later installments and current IP rights holder. Echoing these sentiments, Mathewson added, "This is one of those opportunities that comes along once in a lifetime. The stars truly aligned to give us a level of access to the franchise lineage, and it's helped us assemble an experience that is very true to that iconic 1978 film." On that note, you might notice that the publicity for Halloween the game refers to Carpenter's movie in isolation, without ever broaching the subject of its sequels, requels, reboots, or remakes. That's because this tie-in is based exclusively on the first film alone, effectively disregarding the rest of the series' tangled continuity. So don't go expecting Corey Cunningham loadout, Silver Shamrock cosmetics, or Rob Zombie Easter eggs popping up here.
That's fine.
Well, they might still have Easter eggs. All right, don't get carried away here. They could still have Easter eggs. You don't have to have Rob's Easter eggs, but you know.
You gotta get Corey in there.
It's original recipe Halloween all the way. Explaining the rationale behind this, Garrettson clarified it's about making the cleanest possible version of the universe. We think of it like the first film as a central train station from which a story goes off in all these crazy directions. I mean, name a movie franchise with 13 films where the continuity is coherent. True. But keeping it focused on the original film made the most sense to us. The lore is more straightforward. Michael is still young and spry. It just works. However, we're leaving it open to connect to the other train stations later on down the line. If we want to, we'll see what happens. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. I don't know what the interactive rights look like for the sequels, but yeah, I'm not surprised they're going with the first film, especially on the story side of things, on the single player side of things.
Correct.
So, of course, having the narrative situated in the year 1978 might return Michael to his prime, but he's never been one for intense cardio anyway, even in his youth. Compared to Leatherface, Freddy, or even Jason, his walking pace is decidedly glacial. Curious as to how the characteristic will translate into gameplay without being incredibly frustrating for the person controlling the boogeyman, we asked devs outright if they have a mitigation in place to stop survivors easily outpacing their would-be killer. Garrettson played it coy, only going as far to indicate that the team does have something up their sleeve. There's a very Ilphonic way of making that make sense. Let's just say that. We've come up with some unique mechanics that Malik and crew are very happy about. You'll have to watch this space to find the specifics.
H3 Cosmetics would make me want it more.
It could happen.
Stop it!
H3 Cosmetics could definitely happen. Like, that's a no-brainer. Why not?
Yeah.
But anything else from there? Probably not. So there's a very Ilphonic way of making that make sense. So that can mean a couple of things. One, you have the clown's jump ability, your morph, your shift, things like that. But also, stamina has been a part of every Ilphonic, right? Every Ilphonic game? Not, is Ghostbusters have stamina? I can't even remember. It's been a minute since I played. but F-13 certainly does.
Ghost stamina.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because of the sprint burst with it.
Do they? I guess I don't know if the Ghostbusters. I'm sure they do. It's been a
But
while.
Either way, F-13, their stamina. Halloween. Predator hunting grounds, their stamina. Killer clowns, their stamina. So stamina, that's probably a big one. And I imagine in some way, shape, or form, Mike will have the ability to teleport, shift, something like that. I doubt you're going to see like adjacent shift grab. That's not a Michael thing to do. But what I was thinking when we talked about this before, like, is a Halloween game really possible? Is if Michael could use closets and things like that, if to one closet teleport to the next, that way you're still stealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get into a closet and it allows you to move to the next. Kind of imagine the mechanic of Springtrap in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
But instead it's Michael getting into a closet, and then he could pick another closet to go to, could allow him to get ahead of survivors, babysitters, whatever. Something like along
keeps
those
him
lines.
stealthy.
Yeah. The dredge. Yeah. Something kind of like that. We're naturally keen to learn more about that system, but based on what we've heard so far, it's not like we needed any more reasons to keep a close eye on this one. For fans of horror games and horror cinema alike, it's looking very promising indeed. And hey, if it's good enough for Carpenter, then it's good enough for us.
Again, this interview could have been done before Gunn was involved, and they are very lightly involved.
That's probably happened like this month still. Probably happened in August. I'm going to geek out so hard walking into the Myers house like that, assuming it is explorable. It definitely is explorable.
Door's cracked.
Yeah, door's cracked there, man.
That means we're coming in.
Harry, I'm coming in. Yeah, that's sweet, dude. Like, just man, if you could recreate the opening scene, you know, in the single player, if you recreate this as 6-year-old Michael, it's gonna get me worked up. I'm worked up just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh man. Yeah, but so since they did, they've confirmed that it is the first movie and only the first movie. I know they already said they had multiple maps, which it's apparently the Myers house is kind of its own thing, and the things around it with Lambkin Lane. But yeah, just the streets of Haddonfield. Is it just gonna be like a whole bunch of different street variant maps?
Right.
Kind of like Killer Clowns. I mean, Killer Clowns got actual different settings too, but there are certain things they're very similar aesthetics, but they're just laid out differently.
Maybe. Yeah.
I just I really struggle with how many iconic locations can you do from the first film. Smith's Grove makes sense, doing something like that, although you don't see shit of Smith's Grove in the original beyond like the fence line.
It gives them an opportunity to kind of create.
Yeah, do what they want.
At a high school.
Yeah, high school, Lambkin Lane, Myers house, and then Smith's Grove are the one, like, okay, that's where we are. Hardware store, like that area with the train tracks.
Main drag, yeah.
You could do something like that. So, yeah, interesting. I think they're going to be in a position where they are going to have to explore the sequels. Like, get a good, nice, fresh start, maybe even a year of development, like post-launch, year of development of DLCs for the first movie. And then you kick off the next Halloween with H2 DLC. You release that look of Michael. You release maybe Laurie in a gown if you're feeling crazy, something like that. And then you release the hospital map, the Haddonfield Memorial Hospital.
Then we get Corey Cunningham. We can get the Silver Shamrocks.
Just to be clear, again, if you don't want to buy this game because Gunn is attached, fine. But just to give you a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Clarity.
Sure, clarity.
Pre-nut clarity.
I'm trying to, ease of mind is what I'm trying to say. They are only co-publishing, and this game was in development for at least a year and a half before Gunn was ever involved. So if that helps, maybe. I don't think Gunn is really, because this is Elphonic's game, so if the game were to be sunsetted early or they fumble live service, that is going to be on Elphonic. It's not. I think Gunn's involvement. I don't even who knows post-launch how involved they will be.
Exactly. How much of a say do they really have post-launch?
Yeah,
on major decisions.
Yeah, that's a question.
I assume if you want to put it like percentage wise, it's probably 75% or more is Ilphonic.
Yeah. It's
And
it's their game.
25% or less of decision making is Gun. Maybe. That's what I would assume.
So Phonic's game. So yeah, right. West said that they stepped in when they were needed, and just like Layers of Fear 2, if you want to look at the way Gun was involved with Layers of Fear 2, that was Bloober's game, published, developed. Gun came in and helped that last push, especially with marketing. They marketed the hell out of that thing. So that's probably where you're going to see Gun step in here, is a whole bunch of the marketing. So I doubt they had any say really on the story and whatnot.
Yeah, game was in development long before Gun ever quickly stepped in.
Yeah. I'm sure Gun has, like, if they were in a position where they could give feedback on single player, I'm sure they did. And I think that's fine. I told you, like, Gun, in terms of design, they don't scare me. It's that live service. It's the meta game and things like that where they make me nervous. But at the core gameplay of what Gun makes has always been pretty good so far. That's what they're good at. They just, fuck up meta games, and they fuck up live service, and they fuck up communication. Pretty much everything else. They struggle a little bit. Not always. Sometimes they do okay. But sometimes they're pretty bad sometimes.
Well, found out why they didn't post for the TCM anniversary on Monday.
They still
the
should
game anniversary.
They still should have posted.
They should have.
That's weird that they kind of throw shit at you randomly, and then they don't say anything on the anniversary on TCM day. It's just weird.
Yeah.